Right guys, welcome to the channel and the garage. This is the 2 1/4 diesel engine that I pulled out in the last video from that series. I'm not really sure if it's series 3 or series 2. I think it's series 2. 2A, should I say. Yeah, so now we're just going to strip it down before it obviously needs dressing and checking over before it goes into its new home. So yeah, I'm going to tear this down. What I'll probably do is just time lapse pulling it apart. I've done loads of videos pulling these things apart. So yeah, there's nothing new or anything. One thing I would say though is be careful with these fuel lines. It's this one. These might be a bit beyond saving, they're a bit corroded up this end. This one seems to be difficult to get hold of. Sorry, I don't know if you can see there. I'm not sure what the video quality's coming out. There's one that comes out the top of the pump anyway. And these old diesel thumpers. Right, so, in fact, yeah, what I'll do is I'll time lapse it. If I come across anything significant, I'll stop it and we'll video it. Right, there's one last nut been an absolute pain in the arse. Anything all that? So we'll just get a bit of heat. I can't get a ring span around it or a socket. So we'll give it a bit of heat, see if it loosens it up enough. If not, I'll just have to get a grinder out. I don't want to do grinding if it can help it. Too much fresh paint around, but have to be careful. Everything else is coming undone really easily, to be fair. I'm not worried about anything in particular. The engine obviously had some oil leaks. I've given it a clean down, which contributes to things coming undone. But I think it was stuff like the rocker cover, because the oil was from the top all the way down. So I think it's the rocker cover that's been leaking, and just a bit of poor maintenance. Let's see if I can do this without burning myself. Move a bit. There we go. A little bit of heat. This is why I always use the brass nuts. Get spanner on there. Half inch just seems to be a bit tight on there. So we'll go with 13 on there. Oh, you awkward bugger. Just too tight to get the socket on there. So now that's loose, hopefully what I'll do might allow just a little bit of movement on there. No, that's not going to go on at all. We have to do it the hard way. It's going to fight me all the way. Sometimes if you just loosen it off, you can just move it slightly over so you can get a socket on there or something. This one is rounded off. It's a pain in the arse, but it's got to come off. So right, I'll not bore you with that. Right, finally managed to get it off. Yeah, that manifold's dead. I can see why it's so weak around there. That's why it's snapped off so easy. But I think when they was dragging the Land Rover around, the exhaust was dragging on the floor. It's hit the exhaust, popped that off. But that's scrap anyway now. Even if it hadn't have broke, I wouldn't have reused that anyway. Right, that's that. Next step, oil feeds, get the injectors out. Bits like these pipes. This is easy bit. One thing I don't know if I mentioned it at the start of the video, I always do. Everything off this engine is going in the same bucket. Nothing else, no matter what engine I work on, whether it's that one, there, or a different one that comes in. None of the other bits from any of the other engines will go in that box. Every single nut, bolt and washer goes in there until I've finished. Once it's rebuilt, whatever's left is no good, so it goes in the scrap. Right, we're down to injectors, obviously 3 nuts on top there, rocker cover off, gaskets, I'll pull that because it's going to get replaced anyway. Bring all that up later. That can go in the rubbish, that doesn't need to go in your box. We'll get all that off later. Right, so yeah, what was I? Injectors, glow plugs. Size, not that size. Big them glow plugs. 18mm seems to do the trick, so I dare say we'll be replacing these for the more modern ones. They're just too unreliable nowadays. These the modern ones, they do the job far better. Still, they go in the box. Everything's coming out very. I've just jinxed myself now. Everything's coming apart very easily. I was just saying, but I just jinxed myself. The wires going to these because I always replace them anyway. There was too far gone, too far perished. Rather than messing around, just cut them. That one keeps catching, I should cut it, buddy. Shorter. There we go. Oh my god, that's it. Oh, this one's tighter. Not worryingly tight. Tighter than the others. It's as tight as I expected the other ones to be, actually. I'm probably half an hour into this now. It doesn't take long to strip one of these down. That's in the box. Right, injectors. Wipe my hands up. These are simple enough to take out, usually. They're simple, but can be a bit stubborn. depending on how long they've been there. What might be an idea, if you're just replacing the injectors on an engine, or taking one out to get it tested or whatever, is get it hot, run it up to temperature first. That might just ease it a little bit. Let's see what's... Get a dry bar in there. You never know, it might just dry out. There we go. Easy peasy. There's a lot of crud around there. But tip that in there. Got a tray underneath to catch all the crap. That's all pretty much expected around there. You just get that, it just is what it is. In the box. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll get these out. So you see what's in there. I'll get these out and then we'll have a look. Right, so injectors are out, and if I show you down there, you see, not sure what it's going to come out like. There's a bit of carbon build-up down there, so the little crush washers in the bottom haven't really been doing the job too well. There's one out there. Just there's little crush washers that sit in the bottom. Whenever you do the injectors, you always need to replace these, and they're very easily overlooked. It's a washer that I haven't got any new ones, so they have like a raised ring round them, so when you put the injectors in, it squashes it down flat. So always make sure you put new ones of them in. But the injector shrouds are in place, so that's always a good sign. There don't want to be any holes or damage to them. That's good. I need to undo that banjo there. I've just cut through that hose there because we'll put a new one on there anyway. And yeah, then it's time to just undo the head and lift it off. Right, while I'm around here, look, if you look in the exhaust ports, there's quite a large build-up of carbon in there. Really quite a large build-up. Now, that says to me that these either been running with the timing a bit advanced. It's on all the cylinders, quite big chunks in there as well. That inlet one, that could have, no, it's not leak through, you can see it there, look. That'll be the puff of smoke when you first start this up, then you get a puff of bluey smoke. Yeah, that's from the inlets. But all the exhaust ports are pretty much the same. So I do them ones. There's a bit less build up on there. You can see if I get a screwdriver. Here. It's going to be awkward trying to hold the torch and do this all at the same time. See how thick a build up this is, look. No, it's not excess, it's not massive build up on there. It's not a massive build up. So it's probably about to be expected. But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, it's either advanced, the timing's advanced, or, which I think is the case with this one, it's been idling for long periods of time. So it's not kicking the crap out. It builds up and builds up over time then. But seeing as that this one had a cherry picker on the back of it, running off a PTO, I'd say it's definitely been idling for long periods of time. But right, next job, undo these head bolts. I'll go down and do the rocker shaft first. I'll get me my bit of wood there for putting all the bolts, make sure all the bolts go in the right order, and yeah, good to go. One thing I forgot before we undo them is the rockers. We'll crack them off and loosen them so there's no tension on them with the valves and everything. Yeah, do that first. I forgot to mention it before you undo all these nuts. Or it'll just put tension on it. It'll be trying to push itself off. Right, I've cracked all them off just with socket. Wind them all the way out. See, that's got loads of tension on that one. Then when the valves are open, it just puts loads of tension on there and it's trying to spring off. You can't, so I've wound that, there's still a bit of tension on there, but not nearly as much as there were. I mean, really, you only need to do the ones that have got pressure on them, but right, that's that. I've cracked these off all at the same time as well. So, just going to go in my box. Let me manoeuvre you around a little bit there. Take all them out first. Make sure you take these out before you take the actual head bolts out, because you don't want the tension of the head. These valves, you know, that I said were down, they've still got tension on them. You don't want all that tension going on these skinny little bolts. You could quite easily bend one slightly or strip a thread without even noticing. Right, that's one side. Now we need to crack these. Sometimes, if we're lucky, they're not very tight, and the gun will have them. Today is not a lucky day. One thing I do need to buy is a bigger breaker bar. I don't want one more strapped in. Wow, they're tight, wow! Remember loosening, oh, isn't as anywhere near as critical as tightening. Try not to tip the engine off the trolley. Oh yeah. Sorry if I'm making some strange noises here, but and once you've started undoing them, finish undoing them. Don't leave it for any periods of time with a load loose. Make sure you loosen them all before you leave it. Don't stop for a tea break halfway through. Oh, you will go. Today. Oh, thank God for that. Right, so I've gone around and cracked all them up. So me bloody member will fall down. They're all loosened off now. Right. So these all come out with an oily squelch. A little bit of a rag. And what I'm doing, right, so what I'm doing is pull them out. That's gone in the bloody swap bucket. You're going to get oily doing this, there's no way around it really. When you put this back together again, make sure you clean any oil out of the bolt holes. You don't want to be forcing a bolt in there and compress the oil. Leave it on that kind of crack a cast iron head. Quite easily. Especially if you compress it in there and you might not crack it straight away, you can be running your engine for quite a while and then it gets really hot. Which one was that one? That's that last one out of there. So yeah, I'll put that in the wrong one there. That's that one. Oh, I've left one in there. One at a time, no rush. Somebody's alarm going off. We had that engine running off the other day, now somebody's alarm's going off. And, that one's stood, so that one goes there, there. This should lift off. Set that just there like that. Push rods out. There, there. These will all be inspected before they go back in. Everything, all the bolts and everything will be inspected. Just take them out one at a time, you literally can't go wrong. Don't be tempted either to take all these out and leave them soaking in any sort of cheap parts washer fluid or something like that, because one thing I've learnt is that parts washer fluid quite often contains solid. So it will send metal rusty. Right, that's that. Lift the rocker shaft off. Shaft. Then double check, put that's off, that's off, that's off, that's off. Get a big smacky stick. That's loose. Always make sure you've got somewhere to put it. Job done. If you're watching the video where I've taken the engine out, this video will be shortly after. It's be like the next day you're watching it now. Right. The head looks, the block looks good to me. You get a rag on there. what I'll do now, I'll get this off. I'll get the head gasket off there, get everything wiped down. Right, so sum up this video. Finish up this video, should we say? So far, right. I don't know if you can see in there. If you pick it up on the camera, there's very little sort of hash marks on there. There's a bit of a lip on the top. I don't think it's excessive or anything. So I think ideally it could probably do with honing out. And then a new set of rings in there, but the top of the block looks good. It needs a proper clean up now, and a proper clean up, and then checking for level with straight edge. Now this, the gasket there, there's no sign of any blows on there whatsoever, in no way, shape or form. It goes on that way, and if you look, see the Land Rover stamp there? That is a Land Rover, genuine Land Rover head gasket. Genuinely, never seen that before. So, the lights flashing. Earling. Yeah, that could have just gone straight in. It could have been painted up, gone straight in, but you don't know until you check these things. So for the sake of what, a £10 head gasket, pull the head off, give it a check. While it's off, I'll leave it down to the owner to see what he wants to do with that, if he thinks that's right. My video keeps cutting off. I'm going to put a memory card in there tomorrow. Yeah, I'll have a word with the owner, see how far he wants to take this now. He might just turn around and say, put it back together, job done. It was running sweet as a nut. But what I'll do as well is I'll level them up, put some diesel in there, just 1/2 inch diesel, see if it leaks by, see what happens. Yeah, apart from that, I'm all happy. Thanks for watching, guys. Get towards the end of the day now, busy day. I'm absolutely filthy. Look at yourself on camera now. Yeah, don't forget, like, subscribe, comment away, let us know what you think. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Take care, look after each other. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.